Do you love beautiful backgammon boards? If so, keep watching because in this video, I'm conducting an interview with Vitor Hollanda, maker of some of the most beautiful backgammon boards I've ever seen. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you like to see in future videos. Do you have one of these boards? If you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon, Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. Again, in this video, it's my pleasure to be conducting an interview with my new friend, Vitor Hollanda. Welcome.
Hi, how are you, Alex?
Very good. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, my friend. Thank you.
It looks like you're at a nice, warm, sunny beach right there.
It's a lake.
It's a lake.
It's a lake. It's a very nice lake. The breeze here is wonderful. This time of year here in South Florida, it's very nice.
Very good, very good. I'm happy to have you. I'm excited to talk about backgammon and learn about your boards. I'd like to start with a little bit of background biographical information so the viewers can get to know you. Please tell us where you were born and raised and how you got to where you are now in Florida.
Well, I'm born in 1966, a long time ago, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. When I was around 2 years old, I moved to São Paulo. It's another big city there. And I learned to play backgammon around 9 or 10 years old. I remember the day I was on a beach house of a friend of my parents, and the guy, he was about, I don't know, 30 something and 40, a very old guy for me on that time, was with a backgammon board, and he started to play, and I said, "Hey, how you play this?" And he teach me how to play. So I fell in love, and since then I didn't stop it.
So that's where you learned backgammon. Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now you said you live in Florida. Is that correct?
Yes, South Florida.
How long have you been in Florida?
Well, my first time here was in 2001. This was when I got here for the first time, and was, well, in that time I when I moved, it was September 19th of 2001. So it was 8 days after September
Wow.
11th. Well,
Wow.
war was hard. Everybody was afraid. I think the world was afraid about what's gonna happen. But and I spent like 7 years here. And I used to live in Pembroke Pines, South Florida. And what is the question, Alex?
So you came to the United States at that time.
Yeah, in 2001, and it spent 7 years. So 2008, I moved back to Brazil. Oh, so between these years in 2001 and 2008, I did around, I don't know, 400 or 500 boards.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was crazy. I was doing lots of backgammons and sending to Europe, Japan, Australia. Here in the US, I sold lots of boards on eBay. And what else? And then I moved back to Brazil. Well, let's say I'd like to say something that I start to make boards in Brazil like
Oh,
when I was about 15 or 16 years old. They, Alex, the boards there were so expensive, so expensive.
really?
Yes, a nice board. Well, was very, remember, no internet, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No. So how you find a board? You're gonna go to the cigar stores, or, and what I remember, one day I found a board very, well, for me, in my mind, was a very nice board. I don't know if it was very nice today, but at that time I thought it was very nice. and was very, very expensive, crazy expensive. Like, I don't know, in Brazil, but whatever. And I said, well, I need to make a board, because if I don't make a board, I'm not gonna play. And I used to have a small one that you fold like a cardboard and play with cheap plastic checkers, and then I start make boards and making boards in let's say 80s, 1980 something, 1985, 1984, around that. And I did a couple just for a few friends and one for me that I used to play with my grandpa. So this is how I start making board.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk more about backgammon, but before we do that, do you have any other interests or hobbies outside of backgammon?
Oh no! Don't ask me that. We're
What's
gonna.
one? Let's start with one. I know photography, right?
I play drums and I play guitar.
Oh yeah, you like music?
I love music. I love music. I love blues, electric blues like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, and
That's great. Music is actually really good for people
uh,
in general. Just makes you feel good and
yeah,
relaxed.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. So some of the other questions you kind of already answered, like how you started getting into backgammon. Maybe you can tell us what do you enjoy about backgammon?
That is a hard to answer. Well, is a first is a the strategy is crazy. Who doesn't know how to play think that is just luck. Wow, you know, you wrote a book. It's not just lucky. Luck is a big factor there, but how you use the dice, how you use the it's, so the strategy is very, very, very nice, and it's a very fast game. You play 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Sometimes 1 minute you play it. So this is amazing. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I love backgammon for a number of reasons. A lot of what you mentioned, and growing up, it was the same for me. We played in my family, and one of the other things I really like about backgammon is that the boards that you make and other people make are beautiful. It's like a piece of art, and I was looking at your boards, and it's just like you're an artist, and that's part of the beauty of it. So I wanted to kind of go through some of those too.
Thank you. Thank
My
you, Alan.
pleasure. I'm going to pull up your website here. Let me pull it up here. Very good. Are you able to see that on the screen now?
Not yet.
Okay, let's see.
Oh yes, now I'm
Okay, there we go. So this is the homepage, and it kind of talks about you a little bit. It's a little bit hard to read, but I'll put a link in the description so people can go and read this. What I wanted to do is show off your beautiful boards. So let's go through the first section here. This one is the first boards, and give it a moment to load. Okay, so what I want to do is maybe just kind of go through a slideshow, and I'll just move them forward, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about your boards while we're doing this.
Well, this is one of my first boards. I used to make. I was trying to make a nice board. The board is nice. It's a vinyl board, and the checkers are made by clay.
Really? You have
Yes,
this is
and to shine the clay, I used to spray some like varnish or something. Yeah,
so you make the
but
checkers also.
huh?
You also make the checkers.
Oh yes, yes, yes. All the checkers that you see in my boards, I made.
Wow, they're beautiful.
But the wasn't a good idea to put varnish on the checkers, because I had a friend who left here in Florida. He left the board inside the trunk of his car.
Ah,
And the checkers got kind of melted and stick against each other.
Yes.
So it was horrible, and I did like 2 or 3 sets, maybe 4 or 5, for the people who had this problem. And now I don't make the checkers with clay anymore. I make them with resin.
Ah, okay. I think
That
that's
that was a big improvement for my boards in the
yeah,
beginning.
that's some of the things you learn when you start doing something. You make improvements, and that's
Oh
good.
yes, yes, yes. And I'm very happy. Well, my checkers are not perfect because Alex, as I sand and polish one by one, they get different thickness.
Right.
So I was talking with a guy. The guy was in French today, and he asked me, "Hey, can you do a 12 millimeters checker for me?" And I said, "Well, I can do the thickness that I want. I can do 15 millimeters, 20 millimeters, 8, whatever. But the thing is, it's not gonna be the same because as I said, I sand and polish one by one, so the thickness vary like half millimeter less, half millimeter more, and it's very hard to have every single one exactly the same.
Right. It's beautiful. Like these checkers, the designs on some of these ones. Like, look at this. This is beautiful. It's like a piece of art. Those green checkers with the swirl, each one is unique.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I made, and I don't. I think I made just one like this.
But all the other ones, like this one, look at how colorful it is. This is like a piece of art that I would like to put on my wall at home.
Thank you, Alex. Thank
It's-
you.
I would be afraid to play on it because it's so beautiful.
Thank you very much, Alex.
And you have different exteriors too. Tell us about this one, please.
Well, I always want to make something different because a backgammon board can be very beautiful, but can be so boring. And sometimes people want something different, like this one. It's a alligator embossed leather. It's
Wow.
not a real alligator. It's a printed leather, right?
Okay.
So, but it's different. I think that is only one or in the world.
Right. And then there's the traditional ones too.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, I'm realizing that if you do more most of the people, let's say, most of them want some when they spend like $1,000, $700, $500. They want a little more to the traditional side of the story. I think
Right. So
like this one. This is
this one,
yeah,
beautiful.
beautiful.
So for the viewers that are interested in these, so what are the, for example, different sizes of the boards that you make?
Well, I can make the size that I want. The size that if you ask me a crazy, uh, if you do a crazy, I want like 3-inch checkers. Can you do it? Yes, I can. Well, the game will be, you need to be like a giant.
What is the most common size that you make?
2-inch checkers.
2-inch checkers. Okay.
Yeah. You know, 1 1 3/4 and 2-inch.
Yeah, and
I love big boards, Alex. I
the
love
big
big
boards.
boards. Yeah.
I
Right
have
now, Alex, we're gonna have a big tournament here in South Florida, and
yes.
I'm gonna
I did a video with Avi Cohen about it and he talked about your board, so I'm very happy to have you.
yes, yes. So, oh, this one it's so beautiful. This one.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be there selling boards. And right now, today, I'm finishing 2 1/4 checker board.
Well,
It's I think is the limit to the to do the big boards, and that
right.
is 2 1/4, and maybe it's too much for most of the people.
Yeah.
But I had a friend back in 2000s, and he one day he was from England, and he was on the, this is a, well, can I tell you this story, or
Yes.
you have another? I'm sorry, I'm
No, I'd
talking
love to
too
hear it,
much.
please.
and and, and this friend, what, he was on the Playboy Mansion. Don't ask me how or what, why he was there, whatever. He was there one day, and he saw a 2.25 inch checkerboard there, and he called me the next day, and he said, "Hey, Vitor, I saw a beautiful board, and you need to do one like this." So I did a couple 2.25 inch checkers.
That's
And
beautiful.
right now I'm finishing one that I hope I can sell it there next
Yeah, I
week.
think is I'm gonna try to publish this video before the Miami tournament so that people can see it and come get your boards in Miami. What are the most common things people like? What do you custom make the boards, right? You ask the people what they like.
Well, this is I think is a very nice, and for everybody that I make boards, that I customize a board for him, they love the way that I do. I'm doing a board for, I'm just gonna say the Frank, and Frank asked me to do a special kind of green. I'm talking about the points, and he bought the exterior. He asked me for the special kind, so I painted and I sent a picture. Oh no, Vitor, it's not this one. Let's try a brighter one. So I painted again, and I did another video, and I sent to him. I do I do in the way that you're gonna have exactly the thing that you want, that you dream with. I talk with you in the whole process of getting aboard, and I exchange photos and I exchange videos, and that is the way that I like to do it. If you're
Yeah,
going to spend like 700, 800, or whatever the money, I think you need to be so happy
right.
in the whole process, to choose the checkers and to choose the outside, to choose the interior. Well,
Yeah.
I love to do this way. That is the way
Yeah.
that I do.
So for the viewers that are interested in ordering the boards, what's like the average range in terms of the price for a board?
Well, but I, as you can see, I used to make a lot of leather boards. I think most of the boards that you show in the video are leather boards. When I say leather, is the outside. Everything was covered in leather,
Yeah.
and my leather boards goes to, well, I have two kind of checkers. There's one that you see now is handmade by me, and it's a resin, it's a thick checkers, and I have another one that I have a friend who calls raindrop checkers, and it's cheaper, it's thinner, it's like 1/4 inch, and is cheaper. So
Okay.
if the board goes with that checkers, will be $100 cheaper.
Okay.
So the price range for $450 to $1,200.
Okay.
This is the range of the price, and of course the size of the chair, the size of the board, and the kind of checkers helps to get expensive or cheaper.
So I see here on your website you have all these beautiful images of the different boards. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of art that you might see in a museum. But if someone's interested in purchasing a board, how do they do that? How do they contact you?
Well, they used to. Well, it's easier if you find them on Facebook.
So just find you on Facebook.
Yeah,
Okay. I'd like to, I'll put that information in the description so the viewers that watch this can contact you on Facebook.
thank you. Thank
My
you.
pleasure.
Well,
Let's,
I love the blue and the yellow checker.
yeah. Let's see. What else? I want to, you have so many beautiful photographs. I want to get through all of them. But I think there's another section here.
Oh,
Let's
yes, yes.
let's go to the next section. I'll close this and then we'll go to, oh, those were the resin checkers. Let's go to the unique checkers. So I'm going to put a link in the description so people can just go through this. So I'll go through it like this, so it's a little bit more quick, but there are many beautiful images here, and these were some of the other ones. Let's see. I'll just try to go through it relatively quickly here.
Oh, but a lot of pictures.
Yeah,
Lot
a
of.
lot of pictures. So while we're going through it, how long does it take you on average to make a board from start to finish?
Well, the way that I like to do is about 10 to 15 days.
That's not bad.
No, I when I got here in 2001, Alex, I used to make a board in 3 or 4 days.
So it's possible to make it faster, but
It
it's
is possible. It is possible. But I don't like to do that. It's like a mass production. You cut
yeah.
5 or 10 boards and you just do it.
Yeah, I see some people like they'll select like one style of board and they'll make like 5 or 10 or 20 of them,
Yeah,
and that will be like a certain name of the board, and that's beautiful, and then they sell out and they move to the next design.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this one,
Well,
these are the wooden tabletop ones.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
tell us about these ones and how they're different from the other ones we saw, please.
Wow. Well, the those I always love. Everybody loves Taki Mayoka.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I met Taki in 2002, I think, or 2003, with Carol Cole, right? Is right? I'm saying her name right,
Yes, sir.
Carol Cole, and they are both very friendly and nice, and I expressed my admiration for Taki boards, and he was happy, of course, and since then I always had in mind to to do to start to play, work with the wood boards like this one.
Hmm.
And yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
The wood is so nice. This is a tabletop, and
Wow.
for this reason, I start to make wood board. Today, I'm making more wood boards than leather, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
People prefer that?
the touch when you move the checker inside the board is so nice. The sound of the checker touching the side of the walls of the board, let's say the walls.
Right.
I love that sound. I love the sound.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's your name. And these are
You
like,
know, Alex, I don't have nobody to help me. Some
really?
sometimes my daughter help me. Sometimes,
I'd be
but
lucky if my kids helped me with anything.
and I just made well one board one by one, and there is no mass production. There is no help from the others. I made everything. When it's a mistake, it's my fault. 100% my fault. When it's good, it's 100% my fault too.
Yeah. So we were talking about the exterior and the material, wood and leather, and you discussed the checkers. What is the surface material?
Well, lots of boards in the beginning. I used to make with the sweet like fabric. It's not a leather. but it's the same taste of
Right.
the suede. How you
Suede.
pronounce
Suede.
suede like leather, and it's a fabric, and and then I changed to felt. Felt is I think is the best way to do the when you move the checker inside, it's so smooth, so nice.
So are these inlaid points or they're printed on the felt?
No, no, they are painted
Okay.
like with a silk screen, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You put the screen and then you paint it on top of the screen. And
Very good, very good.
this is I still painting those
And you can make them in any color you want.
exactly. I don't like to do one thing, the playing surface is darker than the points, because for example, if you want a black playing surface and then you want to put a white point on that, with this process, the silk screen process, uh, doesn't look good, because I will need to apply uh, a lot of white layers,
Okay.
white layers of paint to get the perfect white. So the point will end like a thicker point of paint, and it's not
Oh,
gonna move well.
it's not going to be smooth. I see.
You got it right.
Oh, okay, okay. Very good. I think we've gone through everything on the website. Is that correct?
I think so. Well,
Okay.
this side, you have the other side, there is a lot of pictures there.
Yes, yes, you do your photography. Let me see if I
There
can.
is, oh, you don't need
They
to
can go. People can go to that one. Let me
yeah.
stop this.
It's another hobby that I love. I love photography. I was a photojournalist in Brazil for a couple years, and I had a very great teachers that helped me to learn how to photograph, to do the job.
And that comes in handy when you have to take photographs of the boards,
Yeah.
right? So is this something you do full time or you have another primary occupation?
What do you mean, the boards or the photography?
Both.
Well, full time now, I'm just doing the boards. But as I said, I love to play guitar. I love to play drums. I had another hobby that was motorcycles, that I used to buy those old Suzuki 750 and do, and do a modification to make a cafe racer motorcycle. And so I used to love motorcycles, and well, I still love, but I'm not allowed to drive anymore. I had a very crazy accident, Alex.
Oh, I'm sorry to
Yeah,
hear that.
like 7 or 8 years ago, and I broke. Can I talk about this?
Do you like?
I'm just telling you. And oh, I had more than 20 fractures. I
Wow.
I spent almost a year without walk. I was rescued by a helicopter, and it was crazy, crazy. So I'm not allowed to ride motorcycles anymore.
But at least you can play backgammon.
Oh yeah, I have more time to make boards and play backgammon if I'm far away from motorcycle.
Right, right. I tell people, backgammon is a game, and the purpose of the game is to have fun. And when you make these beautiful boards, people have fun, and you bring enjoyment to all of these people. So thank you very much for all of your work. The boards are really beautiful.
Thank
I
you,
think,
Alex. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, it's been a pleasure talking with you about the boards and everything else. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Well, There, when you said, well, the backgammon game is
Yeah.
is to have a pleasure. It's not for everyone. You know what I mean?
I
Some
know.
people go crazy. Some people go crazy on the game and get really mad, and it's not the purpose. I know, but
It is. It is. I actually wrote about that in my book, and
uh,
it's exciting. It's sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but it's very similar to life because sometimes you win, sometimes you lose in life, and if you learn to win graciously, it'll be better in life because like sometimes like things don't go your way and you learn to deal with it better. So it's in that sense it's really good to like teach children. Also for me, there's like, and for everybody, people have stress in their life, whether it's at home or at work or whatever. Like people get stressed out about politics, all sorts of things, and I just go and play backgammon, so like I don't think about it, and it just helps me relax.
sure, yeah, sure. My girls play tennis, and I tell them, I always say, hey, you're gonna lose more than you're gonna win in tennis.
Yeah,
I was saying something about Djokovic, who won like 55 or 56% of the points that he played. Novak Djokovic. Imagine you.
yeah.
It's a game. You learn to how to lose, and this is good.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great game. It's a great game. I'd love to one day play on the beach with you there.
Will be a big pleasure. So what I do a barbecue for you here
Yeah, yeah, the Brazilian barbecue.
for sure.
Yeah, very good, very good. So Vitor, do you have any final comments before we conclude the video?
No, thank you so very much for this interview and to be so nice with me.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you. Maybe we can have you back one time and maybe we can play a game online. Those are always fun. You're always welcome to come back. Thank you again to Vitor Hollanda. He makes beautiful boards. I'll put a link in the description to where you can get it. We'll go ahead and conclude the video. Thank you to the viewers for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you like to see in future videos. Do you have one of these boards? Let me know in the comments below. If you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.